Hi guys, RLC321 back again, and at this time we're going to be covering the dry brushing of the hair. I'm not going to do the rest of it. I've got all the paints here laid out that I'm going to need for doing the whole model kit, for the hand painting. The body is actually looking pretty good right now. I'm actually really liking this and how this has turned out, so I'm happy with that. I'm not going to change that anymore. Don't know if you can see it too well in this light, but it's looking pretty good. But we're going to be using brushes instead of normal paints. I might use a wash and highlight the face a bit more, just to make it a bit more distinct and stand out. And I'm going to go through those stages, but first we're going to do the hair. And before we do anything else with the hair, I'm going to use just a normal brush. Oh, by the way, let's talk about the paints. I've got matte black that I'm going to paint the whole hair with, the eyebrows just completely matte black, and I've got an ash grey, and that's going to be dry brushed on the different areas of the hair, dry brushed on the hair where I've done the matte black. Then I'm going to dry brush some angel green onto the hair, and a little tiny bit of goblin green in certain areas, just to bring out highlights a bit more. The red is going to be for the gums along in the mouth, the gum line. And white is going to be for the teeth, but I'm going to mix white with a little bit of the grey, a little tiny bit of each, just to do the teeth, because I don't want pure white. Also, white is going to be for the eyes, and then I'm going to be using the light green to really highlight the eyes and make them really stand out. Green. And personally, I would have preferred to do this without the head being stuck on. But because of that gap line, that mold line there, I didn't have a choice in the matter, and it's not coming off anyway. You know, it's completely stuck on there now, so it's fine with me. We can work with it. So first off, what I'm going to need to do is stupidly. Oh, there we go. No, I can use that. That's fine. Right, let's get rid of some of this dust that's on here. This is not a pot. This has putty in, not putty as such, but like Play-Doh that I use for making resin casts of things. But I'm going to use this for the paint. So first up, I'm going to be just getting the black paint, really, and just a couple of drops on there. Now, this paint is already thinned down for the airbrush, so I don't need to thin it down anymore. And I don't know what size this would be called. PSS2 is from Game & Gear's Pro brushes. They're really good. But I'm just going to load up on there, and basically I'm just going to start painting the hair. You know, just getting it all into all the nooks and crevices. I could have masked bits and pieces off if I wanted to, but I didn't want to go down the masking route, because that was just a royal pain in the backside with this kind of model kit. And it's just trying to get all the paint in the areas I want without touching anywhere else, basically. Let's get a little bit more on get a bit on the eyebrows here. And so it will look a bit silly at first, but once it's all done, it will look good. Yeah, a bit more paint. Not just there. And just basically paint anywhere where you see hair. Really, that's pretty much all I'm doing. And as I say, make sure you get into all the crevices and nooks and crannies of the hair, because I want the hair to be black originally. And try not to get it everywhere. Try and keep it where we need to. And it's really hard trying to do this on camera as well. Should really have got a bigger brush, but I wanted this slightly smaller brush. And just get into all nooks and crannies. I haven't actually hand brushed anything in, geez, a very long time now. So this is not new to me, but it's just been a long time. And you probably think I'm doing it quite quick, but really it's not. And it's very hard to, this is why I would have preferred it to be off of the model to do this, because there's hard to reach places and things like that where it's really going to be a pain in the arse, to be honest, to get to. Like that in here, it's going to be awkward. I don't even know if you can see that, guys. I apologise if you couldn't. Ah, shit, and already I've made a mistake. Got a little bit of black on the hand, which I didn't really want, so I'm just going to quickly go over that. Let's dry that off there. There we go. It's very easy to make mistakes, but as I say, it's really easy to correct them, so don't worry too much about it. And I think I'm pretty much done with the hair. We need to go that way there. Right. I think that's almost it. And there we go. Okay, right. So that's the hair done. Now I need to let that dry, so I'm going to come back when that's done, and that'll be all nice and dry, and we can then carry on with what we need to do. Right, so I shall be back once this is dried off. Actually, no, I won't. What I'll do now is see if I can get in to do the gummy areas, the very fine paintbrush. Let's use the Scarlet Red, that's what I was going to use. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit in my paint pot. It's not coming out, so I need to make a hole. Yeah, okay, that's working now. Right, so I just need a little teeny tiny bit. I don't need a lot for this. And the brush I'm going to use is Army Painter's ultra fine detail brush. And it is ultra fine. And I'm just going to go very lightly just along the edge of his teeth. So obviously these are going to be like his gums once it's done. And try not to get it on the lips themselves. I'm not worried about it getting on the teeth, but I definitely don't want it on his gum, on his lips. So we're going to be painting his lips, not his lips, his gums. Okay, so that's that done. And what else can I do? Right, we're going to use a little bit of the white mixed with the grey, because I'm going to be doing just putting a little bit of the colour in to the eyes. So let's put a little bit of grey on here. There's a little tiny bit of grey there. And get my slightly thinner brush, mix that up with the grey, because I don't want his eyes to be pure white, but just ever so slightly too much paint in there. And with the paint, when you're doing fine details like this, just twirl the brush a little bit so you can get a nice point. Because we want a nice point to it, and then we're going to very, very carefully. I think this brush might be a bit too thick for this actually, so I'm going to use that fine detail one again to do this with. And we're just going to very carefully paint the eyes. It's a very, very tricky thing to do. Eyes, I hate them. Really hate doing eyes. Because I could never, ever, ever get them right. Never been able to. Right, okay, so the eye's pretty much done on that part. Let's add, where's that grey gone? Is that the grey? Can add a bit more grey to the colour I've got here, and now I can use this brush to make the teeth. That red should be dry by now. Let's get rid of some of that. And even with this, I'm very, very lightly just going over the top of the teeth. I'm not doing it really heavy just yet. Now I've got the first one done, I can then go over it with just to make it slightly heavier. There we go, there's the teeth almost done. Just clean off this brush a little bit. And what I'm going to do now is, where are you? I'm going to tone it down the teeth a little bit once it's dried. Can't do anything with the hair just yet because it obviously isn't dried. But the teeth I can. Actually, I think I might need to do a bit more on the bottom half of the teeth. They're not quite even. Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, that's it. That's a bit better. There, much better. Okay, right. So now I've done that, I'm going to use this really bright green, and I'm going to put, yes I am, oh, got it open, oh thank goodness for that, with that ultra fine detail brush again. I'm going to get this green paint on here, and right in the center of the eye, and that is where I'm going to put that. Just right in the center. So don't worry about it thinking it's, oh, that's going to be too bright or anything like that. Don't worry, because it's going to be fixed. Let's bring that over. See, a little paint goes a long way. Okay, now gonna let all that dry for now, and while it's drying, when it's finished, we'll come back. I'm gonna dry brush some highlights on the face, and once I've done that, I'm gonna darken down the lips again, and we shall go from there. Then we do the dry brushing on the hair, so we can bring out the detail of the hair. Okay, so anyway, that's just that part done. So the next part is going to be dry brushing, but you can actually tell that the model's starting to come alive. Excuse me, please. Now I have no idea what I'm going to do to seal this with. I've got some matte varnish, but I think I might need to put some gloss all over first. So I use my Pledge multi-surface wax first, do that all over it, and then I'm going to come back in and do a matte varnish on the hair, because I don't want that glossy, but I want it like a semi-gloss kind of effect. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to try and do something with it. I don't know, but then that's before putting it together, because when we put it together, I'm going to actually heat up these parts so they can fit in easier to the actual bits where they need to go, and I'll show you how to do that as well in the video. Anyway, that's enough for now. as you can see, it's actually starting to come up quite nicely. Let's see if we can get a bit closer in here so we can see. Don't worry, the teeth are still looking a bit too white. Do you know what? Let's fix that now. Let's fix that now. I've got this ink here called Strong Tone. We're going to use that, and I'm just going to put a couple of drops of this Strong Tone ink, or one drop in there. Actually, let's do two, just to be on the safe side. And put that there. And let's get this brush here. I'm just going to dip it into that ink. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply this fairly liberally over the teeth and the gums. Because I want it to fill up all of the nooks and crannies, and basically it's going to darken the gum line down, it's going to darken the teeth colour down. There, just like that. Don't know if you can see, but as you can see there, it's now a lot darker than it was. Is it going to focus in on it? Oh yeah, there you go. It's a lot darker than it was now, and that's what I wanted. Just thinking about it, I might thin that down just a bit. I'm going to try something. Because those eyes were a bit bright, but I don't think they're quite dry enough yet for this to work. I think I'll leave the eyes for a minute. Let's have a little look-see. Yeah, no, that's it. That's fine. And just a bit too much in there, so let's get a bit of tissue in the corner of this one eye here, because I've got too much in there, and just dab at it to get it off a bit. And basically what's that has now done, don't know if you can see, but that's actually darkened the eyes down just a little bit as well. We're going to get into the eyes. Are we going to focus? Are we going to focus? Do we even want to focus? No, but either way, it's darkened the eyes down just a little bit, not a great deal, but it's good enough for me. So you need to let everything all dry, because you don't want to dry brush on wet paint. That'd be no good. And I'll be back in a bit with the next portion of this video. Anyway, see you guys soon. Bye bye now.